It's over. We did it. We got through. The trade deadline is over. One last deal right at the end from Shams. I had to change the thumbnail to this stream twice. And I was afraid I have to do it the third time. But no, I think we're set. I think it's done. Welcome to Charlotte, Coby White, Xavier Tillman, and Malaki Branham. A quick round of applause for them. Please, please tell me we aren't keeping Tillman. We'll get to that in a second. We'll get to that into a second. I don't know how long either of these gentlemen that aren't Coby White are going to be around. I'll be honest with you. But we're going to get into that in a second. I'm just also want to save that until later in the stream because I'm hoping to get more clarity on the futures of Tillman and Branham. Because it seems like the money involved in those deals was more of the prize than the player themselves. So we'll see. We'll talk about that. But I'm going to talk about first the departures, the guys who are off the roster, either through being waived or being traded. I'm going to have some more Coby White thoughts I want to get into. Then I'm going to talk about Branham and Tillman and give and kind of an outlook of like where we're at and heading into the summer roster-wise. But let me know your thoughts on any of these deals in the comments, and we'll have some fun. Malaki, interesting pickup. Are we making the playoffs? Look, I think they did a nice job of building around the edges. We know the five, LaMelo, Knipple, Miller, Miles, and Moose, that we know that works. We know it's good. We know those guys play well together. They've upgraded the Sexton spot. They've replaced Mason Plumlee's minutes because Mason wasn't going to play anyway unless the guys above him were hurt, okay? And he's hurt. So they needed a center. They needed a veteran center. Getting Tillman plus cash makes sense. And then Branham is a much better shooter than Sion James. So there's a lot to like there. But I want to talk about the departures first. All right. Yeah, let's talk about the guys that are gone. And then I'm going to bring this over here. So Mike Conley officially waived, as reported at the time of the deal. And Jang was here for a second, gone. Tyus Jones was here for a second. I woke up to the Tyus Jones news. I liked it. I liked it because I talked about yesterday how this team, even when things are going well, they still turn the ball over a lot. And Jones takes care of the basketball. And so it made sense to me. But it was short-lived. And we'll get into that in a second. Pat Connaughton, gone. And then, as you see above, Branham acquired. Is it this tweet? No, it's this one. Charlotte Hornets are trading Tyus Jones to the Dallas Mavericks for Malaki Branham. Mavericks have had interest in Jones this season and get him today. Hornets open up a $7 million trade exception. I think that's the key part of this deal in my suspicion. So, but I'm jumping ahead. I don't want to get too far ahead now. Mason Plumlee officially gone. Pat Connaughton officially gone. Colin Sexton officially gone. And 3 new guys are coming in, at least at this point. How y'all feel about that? I think they're all Connaughton was vibes for the bench, right? Not really a contributor. Sexton was the leading guy off the bench. He was kind of hot and cold, but I loved his intensity. I love his like dog attitude and mentality and how eager he was to teach and get the young guys involved. And even like just simple things like getting to the free throw line when shots aren't falling. Like I liked a lot about what Colin Sexton brought to the table. But he's gone. And then I talked about earlier, Mason Plumlee, round 2, the reunion tour cut short. Sad. Feels bad. Feels bad. Maybe a potential big man picked up off of waivers. Yep, potentially. It's always possible. Always possible. Right now we're at minus 600 to make the play in. It's looking good. It's looking good, man. It's looking good. Really wish we held on to Jones. I think he has playmaker off the bench that keeps the ball moving. I agree with you. I agree with you. And that's where I landed with the Jones deal because of the turnover issues the Hornets have had. Coby White isn't really like a distributor point guard. He's a scorer. He can handle the ball, sure, but like without LaMelo, who is going to be your creative guard? And it's not KJ. It's not Trey Mann. I think it's to a point where the guys just have to just do better instead of addressing it through a roster move. You have to address the playmaking and the turnovers by just better play. On like may sound like oversimplified, but it's got to do better. It's got to do better. I like Trey Mann, how he had an AI style of play, but he fell off the face of the earth. So not too upset about it. And so, yeah, are you surprised that he stuck around? I'm not, just because he can't have much of any trade value. I think it would have been a situation where you put him in a deal and as a throw-in or on top of cash or on top of a pick or something like that. Because Trey is on $8 million this year, 8 next year, and then has a team option. So he's basically an expiring contract next year. And so this is a do or die year for him, in my opinion, because there's room here for him. There's room. There's room for him to whatever he's not doing well, whatever he's doing to not earn playing time, there's room for him. And it's insane that Sion James is getting so much more playing time than Trey Mann. It's wild, man. The Tillman trade came in at the very, very end of the deadline. Shams with like the last minute buzzer beater. What was the Tillman trade? So let's get into it. Let's get into this. So this is the Branham deal. I'm gonna switch over to the Tillman deal. Yeah, 408. This one came out. The Boston Celtics traded Xavier Tillman Sr. to the Charlotte Hornets. Sources tell ESPN. This gets the Celtics out of the luxury tax. Hornets get $3.5 million in the deal. Not bad. Tillman is an expiring contract. The Hornets need a third center. Musa is your starter. Kalkbrenner, your backup. Tillman as your veteran. Your Mason Plumlee replacement. Legitimately, that's what it is. He's an expiring contract. He's off the books next year. He's not. He may look. He looks way older than he is. I say that with respect. He has some shot to him, but he's a tough dude. Like, if there's any like theme or quality that's consistent across all of the guys that the Hornets like to bring in, it's that tough, hardworking mentality. And Tillman has that. And he has a relationship with Charles Lee. They were both in Boston when they won the title. So that's not nothing either. And he must know Grant as well, surely, right? I guess I don't know if the timing worked out. So there's continuity there with Xavier Tillman, with the coaching staff, and maybe with Grant Williams too. I have to look that up. Don't quote me on that one. Yeah, exactly. Like just a pure addition. The Hornets fill a roster spot, and they get a veteran who can, he hasn't played a lot for Boston, to be fair. No one in 26 wants to be relying on Xavier Tillman getting serious minutes, right? But he's there if you need him. And then, yes, bird rights on Coby White. So let's go. I'm going to put this up. Let's switch this over. I want to pull this up. All right. Hopefully that's not. Also, this is jokes. Is this still like this? Yeah. So whoever is in whatever admin on Spot Track is just logged in. Like he's just logged in. Some dude named Scott is editing all this as we go here, and I don't obviously don't have access to change things, but it's very weird. Like I feel like this page is under construction, but you get the general idea. So this is filtered on the 25-26 season. Next year, 26-27, Coby White is an unrestricted free agent. The Hornets will have no cap space to sign anybody, just straight up beyond a mid-level type deal, right? And so getting Coby White now allows them to fit him under or in their cap under the current construction of the team, given all these guys returning, at least on paper, right? It's a really savvy, like that pre-free agency name, that moniker that's been thrown out there a bunch. Like that's where we're at. That's how you get around it. It also it's important too, because if you're a franchise that has difficulty attracting players in free agency, you get them through the trade market, you work out a handshake agreement on what a possible extension could look like, and then it can help you plan for it in the future, right? And then you're really Jeff Peterson said, I mean, the plans to make him a Charlotte Hornet for the long term, and he doesn't have to say that, but he came out and said it. He wanted to make it clear this is not a rental, this is not a Colin Sexton situation, right? Coby White is here to be built around or to be part of what's going on here, and I'm happy to see it. Very happy to see that. Very happy to see that. What's up, Deontay? Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Do you think the Hornets restyle the uniforms next year? I don't know. Maybe like they'll probably get a different like city one, most likely. I wouldn't mind like another throwback. I love the purple Charlotte ones they had a couple years ago. Or maybe was it last year? Last year? But Kobe and our guard depth kills man's value and opportunities. Oh, Jordan, who are you talking about? Oh, Trey? Yeah, yeah. So this is kind of what I mean too with Trey Man. Let's go here. So actually, I don't want to do it this way. I want to do it this way. So let me zoom in too. So this is what the Hornets are running with right now. And the last 7 games during this winning streak. Sort of on minutes. So the leading minute getter on average, Brandon Miller, Knipple, Bridges, LaMelo, Diabate, the starters, right? No surprise there. You have Kyle Brenner in here, Grant Williams, Sion James, Colin Sexton, right? Sion at 17 a night, Colin 17 a night. I think obviously you're gonna have Coby White at some point. Kobe's coming in, by the way, after the All-Star break. He's dealing with some calf issues, which is not anything they should play around with, given what we know about Achilles injuries and how that can happen. And that's the last thing we need as well. So they're playing it safe with Coby White. So it's going to be a minute before we see it play out. But you could just give him Collins minutes just immediately, right? And perfect world, he's getting some of Sion's minutes too. With respect, I think Josh Green's spot in the rotation is as solidified, but maybe Trey and will be competing more with Sion and find his way there. Maybe. But even then, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is that's keeping Trey out the lineup. Because you have Brandon coming in, who's a much better shooter than Sion, even though the volume that he's on isn't really the same. Like Branham's basically Seth Curry from last year, taking 1 or 2 threes a night, making them at a good average overall, but it's just really like kind of meh. And so if you tell me Trey can't beat out Sion and Branham, like that's really bad. It's a really dire situation. So it's just something to monitor, man. It's something to monitor. Something to monitor. I like it. I like it, Dom. I like it. What's up, Xavier? What's up, man? Jeff Peterson not afraid to go over the cap space to bring Coby White back either. So we definitely found a backup point guard moving forward. I think it's more than that. I just think it's just another guard because you can play Knipple up to the four, like as a small ball four. You can like mix and match Coby White, LaMelo too at the same time. There's so many options there. I think he's more. He's like like in like high school recruiting, there's like you got the 5-star prospects and the 5-star plus prospects. Like it's all like bullshit marketing stuff, but he Coby White is like a sixth man plus, and that it's just it's such a positive position to be in, given where we came from and what we had in the guard play we've had to watch over the last like 5 years or whatever. The levels have risen to a unprecedented height during this post Kemba era, and it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing, man. Coby can still drop 20, 30 points a night, even as a sixth man, which is awesome. Hope they extend him, especially if Melo asks for a trade in the offseason. Yeah, facts. Big facts. The Hornets are rebounding the hell out of the ball. Rebounding the hell out of the ball. Shout out to Musa. Shout out to Musa. Branham. So it's basically, it would be, unless he gets waived, which let me check Twitter here. I'm just keeping an eye. If you see anything on Twitter, let me know in the chat. But you have Tillman. Here, let me do it this way. So since we're switching topics here, Tillman takes the Plumlee spot. Branham takes the Connaughton spot. White takes the Sexton spot. And you got to see it. Does anyone know if Malaki Branham like is a good bench guy? Is he a good reaction? Is he a good highlight reaction guy? Is he a good like towel waving guy? Is he good? Does he have a good dap on him? You know, or is he a handshake type of guy? Like that's a big miss. That's a big miss, man. We're gonna miss those vibes on the bench. Is he willing to dye his hair? You know, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. But Branham, we'll see. Tillman, we'll see. But the main thing is the Coby White edition. And, the long-term play, everything that is still in front of us is still in front of us. And there's, over the next 7 years, 11 first-round draft picks, 15 second-round picks. And mind you, next year, let me show this again. So this is next year. Miles Bridges, expiring contract, right? Brandon Miller, he's going to get his extension. So Josh Green, expiring contract. Grant Williams, expiring contract. There's one other one. I thought, no, maybe it's just them the big ones. Oh yeah, Trey Mann, obviously. Trey Mann, expiring contract. So that's 15, 23, and $8 million plus a $7 million trade exception, right? With 11 first-round picks and 15 second-round picks, plus those expiring contracts, and however you want to shake them out. I don't know who the Hornets have on their short list, on who they would go all in on. I don't know. Hopefully they know. Hopefully they have someone in mind. But whenever they choose to do it, they can go get damn near anybody they want. If they feel confident in where we're at, they can go get basically anybody. And they're moving so smart, like so smart right now. They're feeling good about the Hornets trade deadline activities. Yes, sir. Yeah, Coby could. Yeah, Coby can. Because even right now, I know it's a bit inflated because Brandon missed so much time, and what's his face? Sexton had to fill in for him. But Sexton on the season's 22 minutes right now on average with 12 starts. Yeah, Coby can easily surpass that. Easily. What's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah, exactly. Coby and LaMelo at the same time. Exactly, man. Exactly. There are options. So yeah, you got that sixth man, and you got some extra to well, you got the sixth man, and you have a guy who can start reliably and close games reliably. Well, Sam, wouldn't it be funny if Dallas and the Spurs receive the first and second round picks again this year? Delete the league, man. You just gotta call it, bro. Like it's not fair, especially the Spurs, especially the Spurs. Tear it all down. We got to start over from scratch. Everybody got to be a free agent, and we just got to start over if that happens. I think we need to build around Bronny, the GOAT, James. Come on. Yeah, Coby next to LaMelo would be nasty. Celtics fan here. Hope y'all get the 24 finals version of Tillman. I hope so too. I appreciate you checking in, Spence. I appreciate you checking in. Yeah, the trade exception. Exactly. They have options and a good team. Like, what a position to be in, having options and not being desperate. That means you can be patient. That means you don't have to bid against yourself. Jeff Pete. Okay, I'll say this too. Because this is only like half the job for Jeff Peterson and the front office. And they're getting an A+ out of me for like this part of the job. Operating smartly, patiently, taking advantage where they can and flipping guys, even who are going from a guy who's like using like 2K terms, like going from a guy who's like a 75 overall to an 80 overall and then trading that guy for a guy who's like 83 overall or 84, like just a little upgrades over time while acquiring picks. Great. A+. There's going to be a day where they're going to have to make really hard decisions. And that's a whole other part of the job. Like that pivot from collecting assets to spending assets and spending money. That's a part of the job they haven't done yet. They haven't reached that part of this process yet, and remains to be seen. But so far, so good. On the stuff that they're that's come across their desk, they've bodied it for sure. They've bodied that. Yeah, Lonzo for the vibes. Has anyone picked him up yet? Has anyone picked up Lonzo? Let me know. Josh Longstaff has the direct connection with Coby White, having previously worked with him as assistant coach with the Chicago Bulls. I love it. Yeah, league is rigged if that happens for real. How do you feel about LaMelo long term? I feel good about it. This season has brought my confidence level in LaMelo Ball like back. Now I was never worried about him being like a really awesome player. It was just him being available and bought in, and he's doing that. Still think Lonzo's coming? Hornets should be in the plan. I'm here for it, but truth be told, I got PTSD, man. Those two playing games were so bad. It's a long time ago. It's a much different team, much different ownership and coaching staff. Everything's different, but it's still tough, man. The playing still is that's a bad word still to me. The Clippers are cooked. This is one of our deeper. Yeah, the bench is so much better. So much better. Alonzo, yeah. Your Jazz are cooking. Jazz are cooking. They're doing the same, very similar thing. The Bulls pre-free agency thing is very different. Very similar. They got 5 shooting guards. You see Trey Mann getting waived or buyout. I don't think so. I don't think they have to make a call on him. And the only thing is, the shooting guards, right? So he does anyone know? I don't know what it is. So I can't it's hard to talk about because I don't know what it is that Trey's not doing or not showing. Because it must be I don't know what it is. Because Sion shouldn't be playing this much more than him. But he is, for whatever reason. And if you're Trey, like that should be the target is to take those Sion minutes. I just don't get it. I don't understand. And you know, Trey wasn't playing great either, but Sion's not killing it either. So that's why I'm like, what's going on? Yeah, the Brago playing era was crazy, man. It's crazy. Exactly, man. Exactly, Zach. Exactly. If they target somebody, they can go get somebody in the draft, in free agency. They have options, man. They got options. It's the days of being hard capped with no way out are so long gone. And I'm so happy Michael Jordan sold the team. I'm so happy Gabe and Rick bought the team. I'm happy they hired Jeff Peterson. I'm happy they hired Charles Lee. Things are good, man. Things are good right now. Things are good. And they're going to even get even better. They're going to get even better. It may not be a massive difference, but like the Hornets are going to be in the playoffs, if not this year, next year. And they're building something. They're building something nice. They're building something nice right now. Eric and Dell going to miss the game tonight. Yeah, they're doing the game on Prime, right? Bring back JB. Those were the days. Well, he's in New Orleans, right? He gave us a scare with the Pelicans. Imagine that's a big W. OKC is one of those teams like that you shouldn't do trades with because they're probably going to get the better of you. Catching a win over the Thunder in a trade. That's resume stuff. That's on the Jeff Peterson resume for sure. We should target backup shooting guards, small forward, power forward, center in the 2026 draft. In my opinion, the draft or free agency, the position that could take this team to the next level, I think, is the 4. If they can upgrade the power forward spot, like they can upgrade the Miles Bridges spot, that could take this team up into beyond the play-in, like higher up in the Eastern Conference, in my opinion. And you know, I mean, there's certain guys in the draft that could potentially be that type of guy. I don't know. You never know. But that spot should be the main focus, in my opinion. It's also because, and that doesn't even have to be, even if you're keeping Miles, Grant Williams is going to be an expiring, and he doesn't move. You never moved great. I say that with respect, Grant. He never moved the best, but you know, I mean, he's coming off a really serious knee injury, and he's going into the last year of his current deal next year. Tejan Salon, who the hell knows? If you told me Tejan Salon's an all-star in 5 years, I'd believe you. If you told me he's out the NBA in 5 years, I'd believe you. I like where he is right now, but that's your 4, and got an older guy and a young project guy, and a guy in Bridges who's like above average. If you can get like a really good guy, if you have opportunity to get like a really good player at that 4 spot, you got to go for it. That's for me. That's still the biggest area of improvement for the squad. A great perimeter defender, and Trey's not. Yeah, no. Listen. I see it. But I also see Sion closing out quarters with the ball in his hands, and it's just brutal, bro. it's nasty work. It's nasty. Does McNeely get any run since he's been in the system, or is he purely a project for next year? I think it's a next year thing for McNeely, and I think that's fine. I think he just needs some more seasoning, and he can build his confidence up. Treat him like they did with Salon, and if you get anything out of him, great. You just end of the first round pick, and let him cook. Let him simmer a little bit in the G League, And if you get anything out of him this season, great. But really look for him to make a leap next year. And I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that because what McNeely would do best is make shots. And right now, the Charlotte Hornets have zero issue making shots. They're one of the better teams in the NBA and making buckets right now. And that's what McNeely does best. So, like, don't really need that. Like, you could always use it. Don't get me wrong, but McNeely's absence isn't really felt because the team is shooting the hell out of the ball. Let's see. Oh, let me see this. When we lost against Hawks, I was happy because Borrego's ass is out. Trey's only worried about looking like Iverson. I really want them to target a defensive power forward in the draft. Yeah, man. Like, I've always a defense first power forward with Musa, and then the firepower of LaMelo, Brandon, and Knipple. I mean, that's a team, man. That's a team. Need a four who can run a little point. Having a four who's 6'9" plus with handles can create. That'd be huge, man. That'd be huge. Bridges can do that a little bit, to be fair, but he's not that. He doesn't have that height. He doesn't have that height, and his shot selection still sus. When he's so good at getting to the rim, him taking like what he's so right now he's shooting like is he shooting 6 threes a game? Yeah. So right now on the season, Miles Bridges is a 33% 3-point shooter. 6.5 attempts a night. That's a lot. That's a lot, man. And he can get streaky, and there are times where you really need those buckets. I don't want to underplay it, but I don't know, man. I feel like he needs to play within his role and play to his strengths still, and that's crazy for a guy who is like in year like 8 or 9 or whatever. Like you should know this, man. Bridges package with 4 first-round picks should have been enough for Giannis. I would have done it. I would have sent it. The Grant Williams effect has to be studied. What happened to TB? Is still in the league? Who's TB? Okay, Branham. I have no idea how often Branham's going to play, but if he's out there, I expect him to be in the corner as a shooter. I think that's really all he is. And he's like okay at it. He's like pretty okay. He just doesn't have a lot of volume. Doesn't play a lot, or hasn't played a lot this season. He's also an expiring contract too. So that's where like I think with him that $7 million trade exception is more of the prize in that trade than the player himself, which is like unfortunate. You want to treat people like people and not like assets or whatever. But like getting that trade exception is more valuable than getting Branham himself. But he's a young player. He's 22 years old, almost 23. He's in year 4 of his career. So he's on the last year of his rookie deal. You know, he's a career 34% 3-point shooter. This season shooting 38%, but like on a little over 1 attempt per game, right? Like that's what I mean. That's basically what Seth was doing last year. He would, on average, take 2 threes a game and make 1, basically. And now, on average, it's kind of it. And so it's just kind of like, you know, it's just kind of It's kind of And I don't expect him to play much. And kind of what I was talking about earlier, but just like shot making isn't really a need for this team. And they need playmaking, they need defensive help. Well, not playmaking per se, although you can always use it, but guys that aren't going to turn the ball over and make, good decisions. Brandon doesn't really help that. So that's a weird one, but I think the main thing is the trade exception. The trade exception. Who we now have in center? It's Musa. We're rocking with Musa. Musa's killing it. No issues there. And then you got Kalkbrenner and then Tillman. Brother, I appreciate you appreciate the $5 super chat. Welcome home, GTA. I'm so hype until we have Alvarado for Deuce injury backup. LFG. Yeah, Alvarado in New York is gonna be awesome. I think the New York fans are gonna love that. Are gonna love Jose Alvarado there. That fits so well. That fits so well. Thank you so much for the super chat, my friend. I appreciate it. The Tillman package. I got you. I got you. So, Celtics, get out of the luxury tax. Tillman is coming to Charlotte and $3.5 million. Go cash on top. Basically give up nothing. Easy. Light work. Light work. Light work. And Coby White from Arizona. I think we're winning the game today. The Rockets are coming off of back-to-back too, aren't they? You know, so they're gettable. And then they're here. I'm going to that game on the 19th, I think. So I'll be there for that one. I'm excited for that. If Triple J wouldn't have all these injury issues, I would have loved to have got him. A great defender. Oh my God. Imagine that front court with Triple J and Moussa Diabate. Like you couldn't. It just the switchability between those dudes. Unreal. Would have been an unreal front. But we'll find our own version. We'll find our own version of Jaren Jackson, hopefully, in the not too distant future. I think that's everything I wanted to get into. Let me check my posted note as as things were happening on Twitter. I was writing them down at work on this so I could talk about them with y'all now. But yeah, man, just to reiterate, I love the Coby White trade. The savviness of the Branham deal, whether he's used or not, whether he's waived or not, is incredible business. To add on to the potential expiring contracts we have, all the first-round draft picks and second-round picks. Again, 11 first-round draft picks and 15 second-round picks over the next 7 years. Again, say it one more time. For the next 7 years, 11 first-round picks, 15 second-round picks. This team can get really active and really aggressive at some point. When? No idea. No idea. But the team was playing well. It's been a minute since the Hornets played. I hope they can still keep that momentum going, the win streak alive, the activity alive, the really good defense alive, the shot making alive, all that good stuff on the road at Houston tonight. Should be dope, though. Handy Daddy notebook for real. For real. Would you trade to move up to draft Caleb Wilson? If it's doable, man. If it's in play, because at a certain point you can't have that many rookies or guys on rookie. Let me rephrase this. Having 11 picks in 7 years is like crazy overkill. You can't develop that many guys in that short amount of time. This is not possible. You'd have to stash them or draft them and send them back to college or something like that. I don't know, but it's a lot. It's a lot. So at some point you have to cash those in. And if you could do it by trading up and getting a guy who you really like, that really fits with where you're at, and you're not like super relying on getting really lucky on lottery night, I'm here for it. I'll be here for it. I feel bad for the Bulls. 11 first round and 15 second. We're set if we can hit on more draft picks in the next 3 years. We definitely can fix the bench. Oh my God. We're here for it, man. We're here for it. Should we sign Lonzo? I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be fun. Just low risk, high reward type situation. You know what I mean? Sion James doesn't need to be on the floor for 20 minutes plus. I could not agree more. I agree wholeheartedly. Would be a great fit. Yeah. Yeah. But I think I'm gonna call it here, y'all. Any trades I've missed that's happened in the last 24 hours. Excuse me. I had I guess here, let's see. I can go through this really quick. So this is Spot Track. It should be pretty up to date. I know where Axel. Just go back to the beginning, man. Just go back to the beginning. Check out the VOD. I go through it all. Yeah, Boucher got moved. Yeah, Lonzo got waived by Utah. Mason Plumlee waived. Can I just do by two trades? This was traded. Yabusele to Chicago. Tillman, Usman Jang officially with Milwaukee. Tyus Jones, Isaiah Jackson to the Clippers. Coby Brown, Mathurin to the Clippers. Zubats. That's one too. I know a lot of people wanted Zubats here. They was a Mathurin, a 26 first round pick. This is such a weird, so specific. So it's top 4 protected and 10 to 30. So like if it's from 5 to 9, it goes to LA. It's really weird. A 29 first round pick, unprotected, and then 28 second round pick, and Isaiah Jackson, which you don't need him if you're getting Zubat. So like they really went for it. Again, pre-free agency. It's a real thing. They're just banking on Halliburton being back next season, and they want Zubats to pair with them. Eric Gordon just gets passed around like a spliff, man. Oh yeah, Alvarado, GTA to New York is awesome. Nick Richards to Chicago. I forgot about that one. Yeah, let's go. Come on, Nick. That had to happen because Phoenix has way too many centers, so that makes sense. Yeah, they got Gabe Vincent out of here. Kennard to the Lakers. Yep. Yeah. And then Dilly to Chicago. That's basically it. Now we're back into. I guess we're still on today. Yeah, Porzingis got traded today. At least officially went out today with Kuminga. So yeah, that's basically it. I think that's everything. Yeah, Nick Richards. Hornets offer 2 first-round picks and 2 second-round picks for the 3rd pick of the 26th draft. Lock it in, bro. Send it into the league. You could put McNeely in there too. You know, at this point. So that'd be I guess that would be Indiana, technically. At this point, if they end up in the top and they keep their pick with that protection and the Zubats deal, so I don't know if they could trade it or not. But it could be fun. It will be fun. I'm here for it. So I'm gonna wrap this up here. I'm not gonna stream during the game tonight. I have plans this evening, but I think the Hornets got this. I think the Hornets got it. But I'll be back here soon. So make sure you like the stream. Make sure you like the video. And subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything. I'm gonna keep doing these lives. This is fun. I like doing these instead of just recording videos by myself. So stay tuned for more from the Sam Dracula channel. So until next time, I've been Sam. You've been great.